This is Stealth Arson Live. I'm ASHLER. This is going to be part 27 of Death Stranding streams. Death Stranding 2 streams. Let's continue on the beach. Initially here I'm just going to try to maybe do some shoring up on some like side stuff here and there. Wouldn't mind trying to, I assume right now it's gonna be further down here. How close is this to being popped? Yeah, I would like to probably do that. Let's look at how much stuff she's got. She doesn't really have a lot. I could skim off the top of some of that, as long as it stays above. That's metal and ceramic. 4 and 5. 20, I think that was. That's what it was. Where's our metal at? Yeah. Take on an order. Just to go through these to see. Okay, there's this one. It's just directly to him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. May choose to leave my vehicle like at wherever I'm at, but so what am I doing? What do I have in the truck? Okay.
Order accepted. Thank you.
I didn't do what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna pull stuff.
Snag. Snag. That way. That's the way. Snag. Gotcha. That's the way.
Oh, what the hell? It's like snake things? What do those even look like? Eel, maybe? Fish, maybe? Something that can snake onto land, so it's almost like a... Aw, oh, damn it. Water serpent. I'll have to refill that.
You're mine. That's the way. Snag. You're mine. that one. Gotcha. You're mine. Gotcha. You're mine. Hey!
Damn it. Yeah, that is a tricky thing when you go to reach to touch the touchpad and you accidentally hit the square button. Oh wow, I'm clipping right through that. Let's do this. Do this. Put some more of this stuff back away. Yeah. And
Look, that one. That's the way. You're mine.
so is there an easier way for me to just swim over there? Is there even a notion of a swimming path? Because he gave me the otter crap. Looks maybe like it if I ran out there and, well, probably actually came to this side and just went out. Thing is I just don't know how bad the stuff I would be taking to him would take a hit. So this, I'm gonna do some organization, try to, yeah, I guess I gotta get out of this, which is silly. I should be able to do that. Okay, so that's one of the things I would need. This we put in here. I'm ready to go. Yeah, that too. And then from here, we would try to look at this. Okay, let's offload. I will. Oh, okay, that's nice. Hmm. Still, man, wow. Well, dang. Hey, how you doing, Sue? That Metal Gear Pop engraving, I had someone who messaged me. Nice, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I feel like that kind of stuff is where it's just like randomly funny. It's good. The other thing on it though, if you were to try to be like, I don't know, accurately spoofing. So like in my mind is like the what is it, the Pughound one. Pughound works because it's a 3-letter word, swapping out fox, and if you did uh, muzzle gear solid down the side, if you could talk it into to making that for you, that would be cool. I don't know if you can share, have it look up other people's things. It's like you want it to look like this, but swap out the fox for a pug and the word Metal Gear for muzzle, and then see if it could actually be smart enough to do that. I don't, because going on foot doesn't make sense to do this. It's slow either way. I'm curious about swimming. Let's try the swimming. I will try the swimming. Oh okay, that's the thing that's hurt. These are not currently hurt. So let's put this thing inside the truck and save, and then we'll reload if it's an asinine thing.
Right. Got a little cargo under the shelf in the back.
Okay. Save, because I don't see me being able to swim with all this on here. I'm gonna also, well, we're gonna do some experiments. Save. Because I want to see if my perk net we'll keep this stuff on here. Is that equipped? I cannot tell. How do I tell if it's equipped or not? I assume... Okay, it's gonna say unequipped. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is the test. We walk into the red. Oh, is this just... all just flat?
Oh shit. I'm gonna get dragged under if I don't do something.
Bottomless tar. So, I guess I can't use that to swim across this? Alright, well... let's run a secondary test here. Do I really have to drive on this carefully? Or can I be a little bit more crazy? It looks like I can be a little bit crazy with it, but it's so slow. Wonder if the other vehicle's better at doing this. I'm happy I don't have to be so tedious about it. I can like just push forward and technically be fine. I was thinking that that was going to be like a huge, just a drop off. Yeah, I think we should try doing something like that. Because even, technically, we could start looking through some of my old work and I could just toss it to you. Where I wouldn't have to necessarily do much with, like, production and whatnot. Which would be fine. I know I have some weird shit that someone might buy. But, to figure out, like, things that are, what do you call it? Cool. The thing is that I'm not sure exactly what fully that would be, because I feel like I'm not sure what people want to buy these days. I feel like some of it is fandom, I think, still is a thing. People still like their fandoms. I think doing spoofs is a good one, because then you don't like get yelled at as much. But if you're doing like one-off burns of a product and having, you know, or a handful of one-off burns of a product, then you know, you're not, you would be able to what is it? people would be buying what they see, basically. You could maybe do some scans and picture work of like previous work to possibly do order kind of stuff, but usually that kind of stuff works better legally. Just having, yeah, this is fuzzy nonsense here, but if you buy it and hang it up, then it's like no one knows the wiser. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, deliver. Because I know like a lot of the tea companies do a lot of that stuff. And I don't know how they fully get away with it. I think they basically, there's like a period of time they do it, or they actually get...
Fortuitous timing as always, Sam. Let's see what brings you here today.
Someone... Or try to get like permission, but...
Remarkably good condition. What is this unexpected delivery I see?
Oh shit.
I have something I want to share that I think will surprise and delight you very much.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
I'm increasing your allocation of materials. It's my hope this will make your work easier. Now displaying your current
That's one was, I believe, in the first game, basically. Not sure if it's any different.
This is a stun bomb. Another original invention of mine, naturally. Only recently completed too. A useful tool for incapacitating enemies without doing any lasting harm. Perfect for making your escape when you're ambushed by hostiles.
Okay, so there's a joke going on with this guy. Everything that he invents has already been invented. I hope at the end he actually invents something that I haven't seen before. That would be the final, like, yes, okay, thank you. He finally actually got something.
No way. They've already been invented. I have to say, it's quite difficult to weaponize electricity. Transmitting the requisite charge into a target, to be clear. Determining the optimal voltage and consistently producing it was a problem I spent ages solving. And now you go and tell me it's already been done. Well, original or not, my version of the weapon is the only one you'll be able to fabricate. And since you already know what it does, I'm sure you can put it to good use. I'll shift my focus to my next work in progress.
Yeah, a lot of his ink style stuff would be good. Yeah. Yeah, if you can, what is it? Running some collaborative stuff like that would be good. Especially like, trying to think, because one of the things that also could be done, and it would be easier just to have stuff pre-made, obviously, because then, you don't have to worry about reverse quality stuff, but you could also run some like cooperative, like commission-y kind of stuff too, which would be a little bit more tricky, but yeah. The easiest thing would be to do is to just brainstorm and do stuff that seems like it would be what do you call it? Something that is seems like it popular enough to be snagged, because
No way. I have to determining the.
Because I don't know like
Since I'll shift my.
what the math is on that completely though.
I appreciate it.
I'd have to ponder about it.
Order completed. Well done.
Okay, yes, I do want to try doing this. And this is that to that. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's try to do both of these. cargo management. But yeah, I think a lot of that stuff would be dependent on where you're going. The other thing is you could do reconnaissance would be the other way to really assist in the notion of that. Would be like if you actually go somewhere to sell your tchotchkes, your burnt crap, then you would say, well, this is what I got here, but if you guys have, you know, stuff, you can throw down your name and email address, and I could shoot you a picture of stuff that comes out that deals with that, and you can say yay and nay. So basically, you're running this notion of advertising to this person specifically, and then maybe even you can say that that's what this is also. It's like you can partition it off of that too. So anything that I get new, I can, you know, shoot you an ad for the allotment that I've got going on. But if you're also writing down what they want with that, then you could basically kind of target that person maybe a little bit. But some people might want a weird specific thing, and if you're running that is you could also just reverse engineer that direction too. If you guys have a picture of a certain, you know, quality and stuff like that, I could try to turn it, you know, burn it and turn it into a thing, as long as you guys have what you want burnt. So there is that direction too. I know, like, the that to me would seem a little bit weird, just for myself, just because of the fact that your stuff is a little bit what is it? It doesn't seem like you have it figured out 100%. So I would be like, not 100% sure if I could actually follow through completely with the notion of orders with people's art and stuff like that. That's why the notion of selling completed stuff feels a lot more secure in my mind. Where it's like you don't have to worry about a disgruntled person saying, well, this doesn't look good or whatever. It's like, no, it's done. This is what you're buying. You can't complain with the back end stuff afterwards. But if you have, like, I guess, warning nonsense, I guess you could get around some of that, like buyer beware kind of thing, that it may not look exactly like it. This is being burnt into wood, and so on and so forth. But how much is the wood that you're using? Because that's your main cost right now, right?
Order accepted. Thank you.
System. $20 to $30. So the wood that you're graving on is $20 to $30. Is that just one piece of wood? Are you? Let's see here. Am I getting confused? Because the thing is what is it? If you get what is my brain at? If the thing that you're burning on is, you know, okay, yeah, $20 to $30. Oof, that's a lot. Yeah, in my head with that would be like, and is that like a what thickness is it? Because I know like the notion of people would want like maybe the bigger thing. Because in my head I'm trying to think if you could run. I wonder if you could get better deal like engraving on like a piece of metal or something like that. If your thing does that. But the thing is the burnt on wood looks cool though too. So, because the notion of it is in my head is if it's a thicker piece of wood, maybe you could actually cut it in half. So then you would be like turning your $20 into to 10. If you got a saw to do that type of a thing. But I don't know how thin that stuff is already, so it may be too thin to even really reasonably cut it in half. Try to think the other notion of it. Like I'm talking about like the depth ways. Like if it's a thick depth, then you could cut that in half and then have the same size, but it should just be thinner. Or the notion of okay, we got two of those. That's right. The notion of literally just cutting it in half and just doing the smaller piece of wood. But the thing is whatever you're charging, you would want to actually add your, you know, you making money on it, so you're not just selling the wood for cost, basically, with something on it. Unless you're being just super charitable with the whole process. The metal works as well too. Yeah, because I don't know. I remember like during COVID that what is it? The wood for housing and stuff went up a bunch. So I don't know if it's come back down yet at all. So if it's still crazy priced, then you would maybe want to try to find. I wonder if like the more art would be a thing, like slate and stuff like that, or stuff adjacent stuff like slate. Because I know that there's like the really thin boards that people will draw on and actually paint on and stuff like that. Like if you could get something like that, and then especially if it was something that you could cut up on top of that, if you had a means to cutting it into pieces. But there's also the notion of trying to maybe find someone that actually has stuff already pre-done.
Look that one. Yeah. Nice.
So you're basically maybe paying a little bit of extra money to have someone else process it for you, basically. Brass, wood. Is that brass wood? Is that actual wood, or is that a typo saying brass would be great? I'm not sure if you're using text to speech and. Oh, $20 for 6, you think? Okay. So you're getting 6 pieces for $20. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, if each piece
get it delivered.
You're saying wood. Okay, cool. So is brass wood a wood? I'm familiar with brass wood if I read that right. Because it's my thing's it's cut off right now. How do I? No. Oh, that's not an R there. It's just basswood. Basswood. That's why I got confused. What is basswood? Boo, 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 boo. Basswood low. You get a link? Okay. Link. Oh, Biss. Okay, Bisswood. No, oh, no. So that says BSSSS wood, but then wood ply sheets, and then that says basswood sheets. So is it basswood or Bisswood? Or is it both? And that's 12 inch by 12 inch. Yeah, that's... Yeah, so if you were to be able to get... Is this a 5-pack for 12? Wow. Yeah, if you could actually do that, yeah, you could... And you could still charge $20 a pop for both of those, for each of those too. And you would be making a killing on funds there. It's both or a huge mistake. Okay, yeah. I would assume it's basswood. Basswood makes more sense. The double S, the triple S does not make any sense. Oh shit. Sorry guys.
You're mine. Gotcha.
I think it's gonna be weird. I'm just gonna go on foot. I'm being not efficient, but kinda. because I'm going to do some stuff. I'm gonna pick up more shit and try to help fund a road. So. Okay, let's switch back to you. Yeah. So where do I need to be? Where are you at? You're right here. No, let's test first before begging. But yeah, if you were able to do that, man, run the printing stuff on something on that line. I don't know if you have any woodworking stuff, but having something that could round the edges also on something like that, I could see being something. But then again, I could also see the notion of like finding cheap frames that that size would go into, and just trying to frame them. The only thing that I could see being hard to do with that is it not fitting with the backing kind of thing. So you'd have to almost like, you'd buy a frame to glue it on it kind of a thing. So it'd be like a solid piece kind of a thing. That, or figure out a secondary method to like how it's locks itself in. Because usually, because that thickness of that board seems like it might be too thick to fit into like normal backing stuff. But then you would also need to maybe look into the notion of adding the things for hanging up as well. Technically, though, if you did like weird border stuff with your laser thing too, you could do that as well. Center it and then just do like, have the picture, and then if you can do some more near the edge, then you could actually add like more of a kind of framed thing to it with that. But I don't know if you sand your boards at all or whatever. You hand sand them? Yeah. As long as you're getting the edges to be a little bit like, so it's not like, was it gross wood? So it has that kind of a little bit of a polish to it. But yeah. Because if you're having to do that process on top of that, you would definitely want to, put that into your, what is it? How would I put it? Your upcharge. Dang it. I hate when I do that. Because you want to cover the cost and then of all materials and work, and then add your basically your gratuity or whatever you want to call that, your profit charge. I don't have any more ceramic, right? Well, I think this actually shows this a lot easier this way, right? Yeah. Chemicals, yeah. Hello.
Hook that one. That's the way. You're mine. Hook that one. Gotcha.
Let's see here. Can I get there from just here? Yeah. Orbital center for stubborn corners? Yeah. Where you at? Do I have enough? Yes. There's a taste, just a little bit of a taste of the animation that I want in this game.
And we're forever in your debt. Please accept this data as an expression of our gratitude. We've upped the quantity of materials we keep on hand for you. Don't hesitate to use as many as you like.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
We've been able to improve the efficiency of the battery unit I shared with you before. This new model should allow you to drive your vehicles for even longer periods. That's got to make a difference for a porter who's always cutting through the wilderness to deliver cargo, right? So, go ahead and give it a try. We want to support your efforts however we can.
Order completed. Well done.
Garage. Oh, yeah, let's just be smart. Oh, shit. Okay. Cool. Because I know one of the other things that would be interesting with your stuff is the notion of staining and painting and stuff like that. More like brighter colors and stuff like that, but because the notion of the burn color on the kind of more brighter wood makes sense. Doing that on a dark thing is probably doesn't make the most sense. But I don't know if there's good, like, brightening agents for wood. Like, can you, like, bleach wood at all to make it more white? Or pale? There's a notion of just painting it and then engraving it, but I think that would also stink. Let's see here. We're going to south. South.
This is a ridiculous. Didn't expect you to waltz in with the... You are the real deal. And that's why I know you make good use of this.
Guess this is just improved.
Bet you could use more materials, no? Which is why we're increasing your on-site allocation.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
With your help, we've been able to improve the combat power gloves design. Battery efficiency is now a whole lot better, and they're much more durable to boot. This is some seriously impressive tech, and I believe you'll use it to its fullest potential. I look forward to hearing about how well it serves you in the future.
Order completed. Well done.
Part of me wishes I could just upgrade stuff, but how this is set up is basically the same thing. So I do that, and then I think I'm going to try to donate shared cargo. Holy shite. Oh, that's mine. Yes, I will take that. Okay, that's that next main mission one. We're not there yet. What are we doing? Oh. Did not share this. I feel like the turret gun on the vehicle should just be a hand, and you equip it with whatever gun you want. Is how that should work, in my opinion. Let's see here. Where's these gloves at? Why am I not seeing them? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Thank you. Donate.
Thank you for your cooperation.
There you
All
go.
contributions are welcome.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and we'll do a call, right? Yeah. And have you come here. Can't use you right now because we have a animal on board. But we can drop off some stuff. Which is kind of cool. Like anything that can be moved, I can put it on this and then have it teleport it to where it's applicable. So, okay. I need to deal with some of these, though. Probably for locally here, actually. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Where's all the crazy ones that I have on my person? Okay, here. Okay, we still want that in there. Place in locker. If we're gonna go to him, we don't need to do that. I'll probably actually retcon any of the ones that well, birds too. Let's do 2 there. Oh, what? Private locker's full? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, let's, come in here and deal with some stuff real quick, then. What am I doing? So, is there any local stuff here? Okay, I'm running his stuff on me. Don't know why I would do that though right now. I know I have stuff on me, so it would be this guy. Let's grab this guy's stuff and put it on me. And then let's grab all the these guys' stuff. If I have more elsewhere in here, do I? You know what? I think I'm painting myself into a weird corner here. I'm gonna actually just where is it? Entrust. I'm gonna entrust this animal. If I can find it. Where are you at, my bed?
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Okay, this. Even though that this was the reason to do this, but I need to start getting rid of some of these things here. So let's just do this. I need. You see this? Animal shelter. I should be able to do a handful of stuff here.
That's good.
You just double check to make sure that I don't have any more in here. In here? Real quick? No? Okay. I'd be willing to take that though. I'll be heading back there, I think. Put you in there. Where you at, bud? Um. Here. Now make sure I don't have any. Right. That'll put a dent in that.
Thanks, Tom. Bloody hell. You really handled...
Okay. I'll open up some space.
Best of luck to you.
Okay. Drive back in real quick. You look to see if I have any orders I've got going on right now. Active. No. Good. Okay, I think I'm going to try coming down here next. Because there's several. One's for him and the birds. Which can clean up stuff off the Magellan. Probably grab some more nonsense on top of that. How do I do this? In here, that's private locker. I'm gonna first go to shared locker. Make sure there's nothing in here. Or this section of the world. No. Let's go ahead and grab any. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this, not this one. I think I have all the birds, right? Okay. Cool. Oh, did I do that wrong? I think I did, dang it. Switch brain. Oh no, that's stuff that I have. I'm trying to get this stuff up here. Okay, do this again. There we go. Alright. So when I say this thing that I'm choosing to do right now, it's busy work kind of stuff, but I was hopping on to just try to make more progress on 5-starring people. I wasn't really trying to move further into the story right away. I want more of the equipment in my kit, basically, before moving forward. So I still have these birds to 5-star. I have the upper place to mess with. I need to do more finding animals. I think that would probably do more for the animal shelter than anything. The only thing that sucks is I can't use Magellan to quickly get up there. So it's almost like I want to run around in the nearby area and see if I can't find animals to... Okay, this one's gonna get done pretty quickly, which will be good. Because what I'm trying to do when I 5-star people is to put their stuff in the Magellan. I try to send it to other people to deliver it at this location. Not this very location, but inside the ship, so that they just have to grab it directly from there and then hopefully walk it to here if it works the way that I think it does and hope it does. Because strangely enough, I can't I don't think I can entrust cargo at the location that it's supposed to go, which I wish I could do, but technically that might be what's happening when I give it to them, so it does entrust it to the original owner, so that we both get points. But I don't know. I wish it was a little bit more clear about that. Because I'd like to do the most efficient thing. I would.
I see you've returned. Glad to have you back. Reviewing the order information now. You have done a staggering amount of work on our behalf. Now displaying your current porter grade. Thanks for the assistance. Come see us again soon.
Order completed. Well done.
Let's look at this real quick. Good. So next thing we'll do is hit up a couple more places, and we will... I think I won't have to do as much movement with some of these in my head. So I think what I'm going to do is see if I can't just stow these now that I've made space from the ones that are in the truck. Where are the ones in the truck? Okay. Okay. Really? What? Holy shit. Okay, we doing that right the fuck now. Holy fuck. Shit. Click the right buttons. Damn, dude. That's crazy. Clip. Okay. What? What? Okay, I was like, what's going on?
Decided to pay us a nighttime visit, did? Well,
Yes.
I certainly wasn't expecting this. What the...
Yeah.
enabled us to share this data with you. I hope you find it useful.
So is this just more space or an extra bag? Or is this for the backpack?
We've increased your allocation of materials. Our way of saying thanks.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Tell me, Mr. Baldman.
It's the schematic for a utility pouch you can attach to your backpack. With it equipped, you'll be able to carry even more blood bags on your runs. Consider using it if you're not going to be able to avoid combat on your route. Or just try it out for the extra peace of mind. Best of luck to you out there.
Cool.
Order completed. Well done.
Yeah, I wish they did more loadout stuff with the backpack stuff. Because right now I'm not sure if that, and I wish there was some more physicality to some of this stuff, because I don't know if I'm really using the ammo drum. I don't know if I'm really using the solar panel that's on there. I don't know if I'm really using that. It'd be nice to like have a spreadsheet of like when it's been activated and how much usage I'm getting out of it. Because if it's just sitting on there and I'm not using it, then I should be throwing something else on it. Because right now that's all it is peace of mind that I think that it's doing something. Let's check to see if there's. I didn't see if there was no. I will check this as well. Oh, there's a bunch of this stuff. Whew. Place.
I'll say a prayer for your help.
Okay, I'll just drive over here and then look at which one I have the most of. Still wish they let me organize that stuff a little bit more. I know I have a couple for him. I don't know if it's worth it right now. I think I've seen a couple quite a bit here, so I'm gonna take it over here and then send it for someone else to mess with it. There's quite a few. There's two porters that I want to do that stuff with, so. Or preppers, more precise, I mean. So I come into facility. I click on him. We're gonna just do him too. He's close enough. You see the other one? Let's offload it. Okay, we have quite a handful of those for him. Yeah, that actually worked well.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Alright, man. Good night. Enjoy. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Application and trust. Hey, how you doing, TJ? It's going okay. Did you pick up this game too, or are you still thinking about it? So I don't know if you ended up finishing the first one. Took me a long time. I'm trying to not do what I did on the first game. I enjoyed myself, but I made that game harder and longer than it needed to be. Still thinking about it? Okay, cool. Yeah. Is it definitely a someday thing, or is it you're not even sure if it's a someday? Because a lot of Kojima's games go on sale, like, relatively quick and relatively cheap. His stuff, like, when he was doing the Metal Gear stuff, it did that, and I want to say it's done that with, I think Death Stranding, yeah, dropped in price pretty quickly. But he also does the director's cut shit too, so if he does that again or does a upgraded version of the game that just has DLC, then, you know, you could always get it when it's the full version. Okay, what am I doing? Not fabrication, entrust cargo. I am here. I'm going to take a look at... Okay, I have quite a few of hers. So let's put this in the truck. Got a handful of his too. Wouldn't mind delivering those to him. Kind of wouldn't mind driving down that road trying to enhance the road. Let's place this locker, because I think it's metal and ceramics that I would need. I'll have to double check that. Also made it longer, should have been, yeah. Did you play the... Yeah, you definitely save pennies if you wait. Were you playing the original game, or did you transition to the director's cut version? Because I don't know if you were aware of this. I believe there's an upgrade path for it. I want to say... Is there... I can't remember if there's an upgrade path or if it's free. I can't remember. I do know that... no, I think it's like $10. You switched to the director's cut? Did you move your save over? Because I still need to go back and... I have the director's cut. I have not played a lot of it. I moved my save over. You don't remember? Okay, all right. Because if you ended up restarting the game, I did that because of the difficulty. I did it on a low difficulty and wanted the higher rewards or whatever, and replayed everything again from. Which I feel like it was like 1/3 of the game in, and then redid it all again, which that was ridiculous. But I definitely got to experience an interesting part of that game. The other thing is if you do play it again, I would recommend really being self-aware with using the shelters, the safe shelters or private rooms. When you use those, all your structures takes 30% damage, and I was using those all the time. So half the game, I was repairing my structures, and that's why. Is because every time I went to the safe room, it like took it down 30%. So do that 3 times in a row, just in a little bit of time, and you just like now you're playing a different game. So the thing is there's a lot of reason to go down there. There's like cutscene stuff down there. You have to go down there to replenish your chiral bag thing, if you're familiar with what that is. But so yeah, they've outsourced some of that stuff, thank goodness, on this. I feel like you should be able to go down in that room without having to sleep. That would help a lot. Okay, let's see here. But there's a lot of improvements in this. I'm still bitching and whining about a couple of things, but hopefully they'll get fixed later down the road as I'm playing. But at least fingers crossed. But I think the vehicles are better, but they're still they still have problems, or I still have problems with them. Maybe is what it is. I'm still having to fight them in certain situations. Let's see here. Where am I going? I want to look at the roads. Roads. Where are you at? Road. Mr. Road. Over here. Yes, some metals and ceramics. Okay. You think you noticed that?
Feels good.
Of course you've seen a little bit of the stuff, but decided to hold off on seeing more. On what? In this game? Are you like trying to not pay attention to the game? This game, yeah. If I was in your shoes, I would be like, totally la 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 la. Not seeing stuff, yeah. But let me know if you've done this in the director's cut. Have you tied down your gear with your strand? Do you remember doing that in the director's cut? Because that's something that was added that I think a lot of people missed. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, maybe not. Basically, do you know how like your stuff in your backpack will like sway a little bit and rattle? I pretty sure at least in that game it secures it, and then like if you bump into stuff and whatnot, it's less likely to fall off your backpack and stuff like that. It secures that stuff a little bit better. I haven't really fully used it in the director's cut because I haven't really leaned into that because I didn't want to get. When I finally started messing with it, is around close to when this was coming out, so I didn't want to burn myself out. I feel like I will try to get this game done quicker because I'm focusing on story and equipment rather than the LL side of it, nonsense that I did before. But I'm loosely doing some of that. If it helps with giving me points for getting equipment. Being able to 5-star people, because that's the main way to do that, besides moving forward in the story, which I think kind of does that a little bit. I want to say you're guaranteed, like even in the first one, like if you went through the main story, that you would at least get like the first version item that a prepper had to give you at the very beginning. Like you would get that first star, I think, almost every time. It felt like. Let's see here, which was the notion of getting the first item. Let's see here, take on orders. We'll just take a 55 real quick because I'm just curious. Yes, no. All those are L'd out. Delivery report. Yes. This is what I was wanting to do. I don't know if any of the words that I'm saying makes any sense, because I'm not sure what you, if you even remember that game at all.
I say that you're still out working late into the night. Bringing up the order info now.
Because I'm not sure how many more games you have in your head right now. Because I think the last time I don't know if it was I was talking to you or talking to Goon, or yeah, what? But something about Fallout. Was it? Is it 76? I can't remember what the number is. That's a game that you're playing, and I think Goon was saying recently to me that we're talking about maybe trying to do the new Dune game, and then there was something else that he was mentioning that I just had in my head, but it fell out. But yeah. Okay.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
We appreciate. It must be.
Order completed. Well done.
What games have you been playing, if you even have been playing games? I know. I've gone through some doing other things besides playing games spells here and there. Let's take a look at this a little bit more carefully. Okay. You played it for a bit. They hated it. Okay, this is the Dune game. Are you familiar? I don't know where you're located, and if you're hardcore, like you like to actually read text. But what I'm going to talk about has that feature too. But some people like the smell of a book. There's like a bunch of these digital apps that are connected to libraries these days, where you can basically go in, or sometimes through the website, the library's website, you can sign up for an e-card and then check out books and audiobooks on your phone. And that's something that I was doing a bunch. Doing a lot of... what is it? I'm trying to think the technical term. It's like RPG lit is what they call them. Novels, which are basically books based on kind of D&D and video game rules sets, where people like... I think there's a kind of semi-term for it also with anime, where people go to a different world, like Wizard of Oz or Alice in Wonderland. But there's a lot of that usually in it. People going into a video game or having some weird mystical thing happen to them, and then now they're in a realm where they get XP points and stuff like that. My brother's was really big into them, and then I started listening to a bunch of them. So yeah, Libby is one of them. Yep. Overdrive, I think, was an older one, and then I think my what is it? my local library added another one. Because I think what they're doing is like juggling like who will give them better prices for the books. I'm not sure what the other one is called. Can't remember where I hit it. Could it be in here? Yeah, but okay, yeah. It's just really nice. If you're willing to, if you're okay with listening to books, it's nice to multitask. If you are okay with digital reading, it's nice too. You just basically sign up, and then some libraries allow you to actually kind of suggest books, and then if they add it, then you can just snag it. I've suggested books to my library, and they're like, "No, that's too expensive." So, but yeah, it's a cool way to for me, for when I'm drawing, to be able to actually have a basically a movie in my head while I'm drawing. So, but yeah, I don't know necessarily how many libraries would run your smut that you were talking about earlier, but I know like stores have them a lot, but yeah, I don't know if libraries really run smut that often. I haven't gone looking, so they do have when I'm actually signing up for not signing up when I'm actually doing suggestions. There is the thing is it's for kids, teens, or adults. So I would assume if you're if you're flagging it as that, it would be low end and high end of that grouping, I would assume. You buy the book and sometimes set up the audiobook, yeah. So you're more physical first, then digital later, because you enjoy the book enough to like double down on a different experience. Because I know a lot of people like that with what is the main one that I experienced that with? I want to say it was probably back in the day. Harry Potter was the big one. That people are like obsessed with reading that book when it first came out, or the books came out, and then when the listening tapes came out, there's that. There's also another one, fantasy one. What is it? A dragon book. I can't even remember what it's called. They made a movie of this one. And I think the older one obviously is the fantasy ones like Hobbit and any of the other Tolkien stuff. But I'm trying to think if if I write down Dragon Book, it's not going to bring it up, I don't think. It would when that book came out. Oh, no, it did. It did come up. Can I pronounce this word? Aragon. I don't know if you're familiar with Aragon. I don't know if you bother with fantasy novels. Okay, what am I trying to do? Facility, no, let's look at...
Playing archival
Oh, dang it. No. Yeah, that was just another really popular. That was back in the day where people were actually literally going to the library and ordering the CDs kind of situation, because that's how audiobooks happened back in the day. Which Wheel of Time, I think, is another big one too, actually. That was both audiobook and stuff like that. But that one, I think they've redid that one after they did the movie stuff, or polished it. But yeah. What am I doing? There. That's what I'm trying to do. So the previous question I said is have you been playing any video games? But I don't know if I said that in a way was like new video games, or if you've still been messing with other weird games. But only like older games. But it sounded like you were just more anime and books. What anime? If you're still there and not busy. Let's see here. Range cargo. No, nothing. Okay, so you're doing full break. Yeah. That sometimes feels good to do. Get consumed by other stuff. I think when I was doing my big audiobook thing, I was doing a lot more art and what was else I was stacking that with? Art and I think maybe cleaning. Sometimes it would just be, no, I'm listening to this book right now. I know some books I had to. I was trying to listen to one book and I had to stop. But I'm also listening to them like two times the speed also for a lot of the books that I'm listening to, so the book is I'm consuming it twice as fast, which if you're not used to that freaks out your brain. I think if I started doing it again, because I haven't done it in a minute, because I haven't kept up on my the books that I want to have in my hold. I need to go back and mess around with that, but I kind of like let that slide because I know I'm always going to be busy playing this game. Okay, just random stuff. Yeah, I kind of do that. I think I like... What do I gravitate towards usually on anime? I like... what do I call it? Maybe feel-good dramas? Is what I maybe call it. It's anything that kind of has a fuzzy Ghibli vibe is usually I think where my sweet spot is. I'll watch other stuff, other like normal shonen and stuff like that, because I'm just curious about certain things. I know I'm watching one on Netflix that's a little weird. It's it feels like it's a spoof on like Harry Potter, but a mix with One Punch Man. Is the best way that I could describe it. And it's not as well done as One Punch Man. It's a little try hard, which a good portion of shonen anime and manga is try hard. I want to say it's called like Masher, I think is what it's called. But it's on Netflix. It's just I don't know where you go to click on your anime if you got MASH. That might be it. I don't know if there an R. There's not an R at the end. The thing is I was trying to tell someone else about it, and I was saying it almost has my name ASHLER in there, but it's like no. I think it's no R in the end and no A in it. No, there's the A in it. There's no R in it. That's what it is. Yeah, MASHLE. Mashal. So Mashal. Yeah, Mashal. Yeah, I want to say it's Mashal. I don't know. Everyone calls him Mushroom Head, so it's like I don't hear his name enough in it. It might be Marshall. No, that would be an R. It'd have to be an R in there. Mashal. Mashal's just a weird name. Yes, trying to save his pops. Have you seen it? Has that been one of the weird ones that you've clicked on? There's cool messaging in that, because a lot of what is it? How anime kind of works in Japan culture is it's kind of propaganda in a lot of ways, because there's like this board, especially with the manga side of it in my head. I would assume that anime goes through the same thing, but that the content for shonen, it has to meet certain specifications and stuff like that, because it's being pushed out to a certain age group. So they want it to influence the kid in a certain way. So it's a lot of like sports stuff. It's a lot of more empowerment. You can do this. We got this kind of stuff. The main shonen arc stuff, Dragon Ball Z stuff, is basically Souls game stuff. You get back up and fight. You can power up another level and keep on going. Don't quit. Keep on fighting. So the second season was a little weird. Okay. Yeah. But which is interesting, like kind of on some level. I think it's good to have like I feel like that anime specifically is like pro exercises with that's trying to kind of get people to do, which I can see that being a reaction to a lot of people being more shut-ins and stuff like that to a certain degree. I want to say the Death Stranding is in a weird way was pre-COVID kind of reaction to that as well. Like, get off your couch. Connect, not just don't connect through the video games. It's like, let's see here. Trust. We did all that. Grabbed all that. Is this in shared still? I wonder if I sat there idle enough, it would actually do that. Let's go. Go here. Where are you at? Yeah, Kojima said he had to change what he had planned for the second one because of COVID. It's like, oh wow, we got to experience some of the adjacent context to that. So let's rewrite what I had planned, because it's different. You also fuck with webtoons? Like, I don't think I used to do that back in the day when they first were kind of a thing, but man, I haven't. Like, what's a webtoon now? I don't even know if I. Let's see if this is. Oh shit! Yeah. So is this like just comic books, manga type deal is what you're talking about, or is this something else? Because maybe my definition of what a webtoon is something different than what you're talking about. Okay, so you're just. Okay, so your people upload a manga onto the web, and then you're able to read it. Do they? Is it someone uploading like English versions of it, or is this like a whole like crazy back end process like they did back in the day, where they would have people like pseudo translate it, and it's not an official translation of it? I remember reading those, and they were weird, especially when you try to compare them to the official stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, that completely changes the story now. Or at least a little bit. Let's see here. Should you want to do this?
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Oh. They're wanting to... pull that out. Okay, I only have that much there. Okay. So I already have it in the truck. Right. Yes. Okay.
Feels good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool that the actual writer tries to translate it. I would assume that they would have a better context on it if they, depending on how well they know English, but if they can get the gist across, that's better than nothing. If you don't want to wait. Is it a paid app site thing? Is it like a Crunchyroll deal, or is it something that's a little bit more what would I call that? Internety? I don't know. Black market. Shady. Because I could see it being weird if the actual author goes behind like their publisher and leaks it in English online just to, because they're just anime nerds themselves or whatever, or manga, fans themselves, otaku. Let's see here. Cost coins. You find the freebies. Yes, yeah. Understandable. Yeah. Yeah. What have I been doing? Maybe you would appreciate this for some game notions. So there's a website / app called PS Deals, and then there's also another one called Deku Deals. Deku Deals is really good for like DLC content or expanded content for video games. But basically, you can track prices like, what is it, Honey? The Honey app that was on your thing, but I think there's controversy with Honey now. But the notion with this is you can grab a couple of games that you're wanting to watch and wait until they get super cheap. So I've been basically putting games on that thing and then getting them at 80 to 85 to 90% off and then grabbing them that low. So where they're like super garbage cheap. So it does not help my backlog for games, obviously, but it is nice getting a game for $3 or $5 rather than $90, depending on the game. I don't know if that actually functions for that game. I think that game is like, I actually have a weird calculator thing here, and then I purposely threw together for this here. Where's the? That's 70. That's 75. That's 80. So then let me look at the 80. 90. So $90 game down to $18, which is a lot better. Lot better. Because, what is it? My brain would have been good. Part of me doing that is I'm trying to personally rebel against these games that put out the special edition of the game, which it takes longer for it to go on sale because it doesn't have all the content in it. But then I buy this really expensive thing for feels like hardly anything. So it's my little weird protest, I guess, against some of the games that I'm not a complete nerd for, like this one. This one had the same thing and I bought it, but I have some games that are a pushover for, I guess is the best way to say it. So I think I did the same thing for what is that game called? Oblivion? When Oblivion was released, the remake of that, I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. Right now. And it was kind of pseudo shadow dropped. But Skyrim is one of my favorite games, so. Full priced for a base game, DLC, with DLC 5 years later, and the game's glitchy as fuck. Yeah. GTA 6. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna get that one at the start. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see how much it is, and I hopefully they'll do a little bit more gameplay example of what that game's gonna be, because I don't know. I want to know how that game's gonna play. If it's more of basically 5 just in a new location, I'm gonna be a little bit like I want them on this one to kind of step up a little bit more. I think their driving has always been decent. I feel like their gun and combat stuff has not, and I think they need to either what is it? Outsource or hire some other people from that have been doing like that type of stuff and pull them in. What do you want from that game? Because I know I haven't really fully sat down and completely thought about it, but I know I want more the concept of Grand Theft Auto. Not necessarily having the notion of stealing cars, but the notion of being the person that goes and robs banks, being the person that goes and robs a convenience store, being the person that does heists, and maybe different levels of that notion of that, where you may be doing more grifting, maybe even, where it's not always like gunfight stuff. Which I think, I want to say that 5 had that in it, but I didn't fully finish 5, so I bounced off of it for some reason. I want to say because I went from like Xbox to PlayStation on it, and like I bought it, like I'm not sure if I bought it twice or 3 times, I don't know. You haven't read that about it too? Okay, cool. Yeah. The characters seem interesting. They seem kind of fun. I'm curious how they're going to deal with that. That's something else that I'm curious about. Is it going to be a more dynamic swapping thing where you can just be one character and then there's like a hot button dedicated to swapping between characters? Is the gameplay going to be centered around that notion where you actually use one character to hold down a situation in an AI situation? So you have someone grab someone and put a gun to their head, and then you quickly switch to the other character, or it automatically does it when you're in that situation. You're like, okay, this character's locked up in a situation. They're locked up by gunfire. They're locked up by whatever. They're busy. So it switches to the other character, and then you're having to get the other character out of their stun lock kind of a thing, or assist them with them being... They could be playable, but they're like in a maybe yellow state, which it would be better for you to be the other character in that moment to get them out of that situation, and you're just basically jumping between each other back and forth kind of thing. That actually sounds cool, actually, in my head. It would make the gameplay a lot more theatrical, though, if that was the case in stuff, unless they made that a gameplay something that's gameplay dynamic, where that stuff happens all the time, where one character gets suppressed more than the other character, and it's more advantageous to run one character over the other. Possibly something dealing with aggro. The 4 to 5 is gross. yeah, I agree. I agree. Like most of what they were showing, it's that way. Yeah, the lower, like the more they were showing more the gross side of Florida, for sure. I do feel that there is also like a more posh side, but that maybe you're thinking that's also gross too. What side of that would you want to see be in there, or what do you feel is missing? Okay, take on orders, fabricate. No, you already did that. Let's walk across the street and see if we can. Straight gross. The romance thing. You're not digging the romance thing at all. Fuck the story. Because I know, like, there's a small. Well, I don't even know how big this portion is. I know that there is a faction of people that want this to be true, and then there's the people that are like being weird about it. But the notion of I don't know their name, both of their names, but the girl to be trans is one of the things that people are suggesting might be a possible thing. But that's normal for the internet to do that. Which I know that they said that they're going to do pride parades. I think the thing, if that wasn't a like a false like clickbaity thing that I saw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would necessarily do that. I could see them like maybe giving the player the choice, like a lot of these games come out. Because have you messed around with let me see of them, Cyberpunk or what is it? Cyberpunk's like one of my favorite games. I play that constantly. I have like juggling 4 characters, and I want to make more. But another good example is Baldur's Gate 3, where it's like you can kind of do what thou wilt. Let's see here. Okay. You see me. Okay. Yeah.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Hey, Sam. Thanks for being so kind to my friends here. I'm pretty sure you're their new favorite person. I was hoping to repay the favor with a small gift, if that's all right. And
Okay.
if you ever need a place to stay, my door's always open. I know.
Click that too soon. Yeah. Because if they did anything like that, it would definitely be like a simple cosmetic thing. It probably wouldn't be something that would be directly pointed at or anything like that. It's just basically how they dealt with it in Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate 3. Where it's like this is more your headcanon for the character rather than anything else. And then maybe they could run something like you could maybe choose to check a box to make some conversations a little bit have some coding going on, but yeah. I personally want more of that in dialogue in general, just in the notion of emotional coding. It annoys me when you have dialogue choices and the dialogue choices don't really match what is said, and the only thing they would need to do is just when I'm going to click this, actually have like the context of it with emotes, so I have a kind of an idea what is going to be said. This is being said angry, this is being said this way, this is being said that way. So I have a little bit of a range on like, okay, I'm willing to be silly right now. I want to be silly. Let's do the one that's supposedly silly, and see if I agree with you or not. Then on top of that, I would say that you should be able to actually go back and then correct that flag. Say no, my opinion, that didn't come off that way. It came off this way. But in the future with AI, I could see it getting much more interesting, where we could actually have the voice actors their voice actually be bought out, and then also the likeness of their voice. So there's a part of their stuff is done with the AI, and you can have more of a range dynamically with your characters, so you can make them be silly, happy, angry, or a combination string of stuff, and then maybe even where you're putting emotes on each word. So I want to say these 3 words happy, but these 3 words like angry, especially if it's dynamic enough to blend that to make that make sense. But who knows? Yeah. The AI is there's so many like different notions and forms of that. It's just getting angry at the word is doesn't make any sense to me, because half the stuff that's in Photoshop would be covered underneath the umbrella of AI. It's more of a buzzword than anything. I know there's portions of it that is gross, I agree with, but my thing is to turn it all into tools, so that people are using it at like a paintbrush rather than it painting the picture. Kind of a concept. We just need more condensing it into functional tool form, which is, I think it's slowly kind of doing that here and there. It's still in a weird, awkward stage, though. Especially with the notion of like, there's like a bunch of the same thing is covered in a big umbrella, when one thing isn't the AI that people hate, and the other AI is the thing that the people that hate. Yeah, you know. Yeah. What is the thing that I like? I like the, I'll give you an example of something that I want. I want to be able to have a paintbrush that when I paint something, that it does more fractal art or texture inside my painting, so the resolution of what I'm doing is like almost hyper on the page. So if I zoomed in, there'd be like more cool, like weird stuff happening in my zooming in, and then possibly even having code on top of that texture where I could go in and text space rewrite like what I want that to feel like and look like, kind of thing. So you're correcting your stroke and the texture of your stroke, and then having the whole thing, even though it's 2D, there's this almost three-dimensional, at least the notion of zoom depth to it, and then where you can technically go back in and edit its dynamic choices that it does. So that's just one simple example of where I think that using a generative thing to do a thing, which Photoshop already does that with a lot of stuff, like with when you're doing a correction on a stroke and stuff like that, is some of that stuff. Or I'm trying to think some of the other stuff. Some of the other stuff is where it's like you would create your own like animation of action, which is basically a lot of what AI is doing. Is it's just repeating a process that has just been learned. But yeah. Yeah. Because I'm not sure because I feel what's going to happen with the AI stuff, and I wish that they would have had a better example of this with the previous technology that's came out, is that right now it's a big buzzword, and as time goes on, it'll break off into actual functional tools that may still be using the buzzword AI, but those things will pare down into probably just, it's just an app. It just does this one thing, kind of a thing. Yes, it's powered by this buzzword AI, but is it really the same thing that's dealing with this over here versus this over there? Because depending on if it's dealing with speech versus dealing with trying to look at something versus dealing with trying to draw something, is completely different. But I think when the big problem with all of them is how they're learning that most people are angry about is what is training these things, and then also the notion of is there censorship in the training is the other problem people have. But that's just general problems in anything. People don't want it to be propaganda or leaning any one direction, kind of thing. That, and then people don't want their shit stolen from Instagram and whatnot, and train a AI and not get credit for it. So we're all guinea pigs. Yes, I agree. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be like, I don't know if you've ever played Metal Gear, or just the notion of specifically Metal Gear Solid, just this notion of that all invention has a blade and kind of like a dull end. It's double-sided blade kind of a thing. Not a double-sided blade, but it's a blunt end and a bladed end. Or the notion of there's positivity that comes out of it, and then there's always negativity. But usually it's the positivity is the main thing, and then the other side of it gets turned into something like war, used for war or something like that. You have a scientist that's trying to create a toy, and then people take it and turn it into something gross. So you get the yin and yang out of all that stuff. I'm just hoping that we can have enough people that can have enough innovation and epiphany with it to have cool cool stuff on the good side to hopefully balance out the bad side. Because I think a lot of people are worried about it, and it's going to be too much bad, and then we're just going to have Terminator nonsense happening. Which is valid. Valid. Let's see here. Oh yeah. It'll be interesting for sure. The amount of what is it? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens, because I don't know. I know a lot of it is interesting, like how good it's getting, but I don't know how accurate it's getting. Because there's a difference between being good versus being accurate. This is my thing with, if I'm trying to look something up online and I'm like doom scrolling trying to find the right thing, and it's like you can kind of find something close, but it's like this notion of it's still not what you wanted. So it's like you're constantly trying to refine it to the point where it's like you might as well done it yourself. Kind of a weird situation. But in my head, I could see that again, the notion of tools where you're asking for it, asking stuff to generate parts, in parts, and then you're putting it together on your end, which make more sense to me. Because if you're running something that is because it means looking at this like art, if you're trying to draw something, instead of having it draw the thing, you have it draw parts of the thing, and then you assemble that and then refine. But because the notion of but then there's the notion of if you didn't give it to another AI that can actually look at that art and then refine that art, and then there's that nonsense. So it gets weird and complicated with that. But I still even think that currently in my mind, I feel like anytime that I've messed with any of that stuff, just via like poking at it here and there, it's always off. It's never like, it's not what I'm not getting what I'm asking. It's not pushing that out. But I am obviously only toying with stuff that's free and not paid for and stuff like that. So it's like obviously not going to be anything that's probably going to do what I want, like it could possibly, but you want the crisis? There's a lot of people. Yes, always off, yeah. I do. One thing that I know that I've enjoyed, I don't know if you've enjoyed this or if it's an uck for you too, but there's been this weird thing. I haven't seen it recently. It was just a moment in time where there was this. People were taking like movies, comic books, and doing it in this like fictional period piece stuff, where it felt like old sci-fi or old fantasy, and they would either just have a picture or like a movie thing. But some of that stuff is scratching something in my brain, like not necessarily am I completely enjoying what they're doing, but I'm like, I want someone to use this as their art direction. give me these movies. I want these movies. And the thing is the sad thing in my head is what it's telling me is I'm only going to get those kind of movies via AI. And I'm not going to, I feel like maybe there'll be one or two that someone actually does what I'm talking about, that actually goes out there and tries to make that vibe. But yeah. But those movies won't be good, I don't think. I think they feel off, but because yeah, it's like that weird. A good example is like it has a dreamy quality to it. It's kind of like Labyrinth and Dark Crystal vibes to it, puppetry kind of vibes to them. I don't know if you've seen these at all, but I think what it's doing is scratching like this nostalgia thing, and also this surreal dream thing in my head as well. Okay, what am I doing now? 17. Okay, oh, really? Go ahead and do. Oh. I think I'm 5-starred on that already, so let's just pull these out. Put them in here. Pretty sure I am here. Of course, they wouldn't. Well, I don't know. It depends. Yet again, this notion in my head: if AI did the whole thing, no, it wouldn't be good. But if because some of the stuff they're doing with the AI stuff is they're using it as like 3-dimensional puppetry stuff, where like this is another layer of where I'm enjoying some of this, and yet again, this is buzzword AI, where they're able to take an old game and then basically it just up-reses the game by looking at the game. There's this notion of doing this also with kind of basically doing an overlay puppetry thing, where you have a scene and then they lay it out and someone's acting, and then the AI skin is running on top of tracking someone, just like you would. What is it, like these? What are the people called that stream and they have the puppets? I'm not sure what those guys are called, but basically that type of tech a little bit. So if you actually got actors to act and do the lines, and it's just the AI is creating the atmosphere and designing some of that stuff. There's that, and then especially if you could, like I was saying, doing that refine thing where it's, you're refining it, and then the other thing is if you're able to lock it in, so it's like, no, this is what it is, and then you're pulling it from the AI side into more like a 3D engine side that's doing that same tracking, then you would have more like, you could do a movie and have like not have to do a bunch of costume shit and whatnot. So VTubers, yes, thank you, yes, that similar to that kind of notion of tech, where it's tracking their movements and whatnot. Have you seen the movie Congress? I can't remember her name, but the actress that played Princess Bride, which is another this dreamy old school fantasy vibe thing. What is it? The Legend is another good example of that. With Tim Curry, which these are what is it? Cozy movies for me. But she plays herself as the actress in the movie, and it deals with some of this notion of this kind of semi-AI, CGI CG, how can I say that, CGI AI kind of a thing, where basically the notion of actors get to the point where they're selling their identities to the film company, and then they're what do you call it? Making movies CG, and basically they do what they did kind of with Death Stranding, where they can take an actress and have her at her current age, which they did with Bridget, and have de-age her for the daughter. It's interesting. It gets weirder on the back end. If you look up the video adds this cartoony, weird, dystopian thing on the back end that's really interesting. But I thought it was going to be more mindfucky than it is, but it's still mindfucky. So I think I wanted more from it. I think this is the problem. I almost wanted that. I think I would have wanted that to just be longer or something along that line. But I enjoyed it. But yeah, if you watched the trailer for it, you I think that you would get, because it's a slow burn at the start too. You need to get into the later half of it. Is another warning I would give, because it would be like, oh, this is like this, and then he goes, what's going on now? So. It's quite interesting. It almost feels like there's a commentary on internet, or commentary on like AI kind of stuff, which internet is a commentary on AI in its there's similar notion of like this weird explosion of a thing that gradually changes and mutates the civilization in a huge way, where it like directs it in a different direction. Which AI seems like it's at least how they're hyping it up is it has the potential to do the same thing or similar thing that the internet did. You see here, fabricate facility. Letters. Try to pull this out of here and put this into here. Scrap new. Place it in wrapper. Is this the. Oh. I'll grab that. Okay. Well, I'm trying to be somewhat vague about it. I don't know. I could probably like try to say something that might try to hype it up, but the best thing I would do is just look at a trailer and see if any of them work at like, yes, okay, this is something that I might watch. the best way that I can say that the beginning just feels like the beginning of it just feels like a real life shot as a movie. So it's that kind of an odd thing, because it still feels like a movie. It doesn't feel like a reality TV show, but it's like a movie about reality, and then it shifts into the notion of potential like theoretical what might happen with the film industry kind of stuff is basically where it goes, and it goes places. Let's see here. There was one specific part of it that sold me on it via the trailer, so. Yeah, you don't have to watch it at all. That's cool. But yeah, I understand being in grump mode. We have a lot of reasons to be prickly these days. So let's see here. Where am I going? What am I doing? Let's just look what I have on my person. Do we have anything in the truck I can take? Okay. Oh, okay. You talking about the movie that I'm talking about? Let's see here. Ah, yes. I don't know if I've had many conversations with people about the notions of the pre-menopause. I know, like, I remember, like, one of the mom of a kid that I played with a lot at one point. She and I don't even know what I was talking to her, but she was talking about, I think it just like recently like full on was a thing for her, and she was like, it's different. She was like, it's well, I'm trying to remember fully how that fuzzy memory is in my head. It's like yeah, I don't know. It felt like they were challenged and exhausted by it, because I think there was something specific that was an issue. I think it was just the heat flashes or something along that line, that or something along that thing that was they were trying to learn how to manage, I think is what the conversation led into. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. What is like the time cycle on that stuff? Is it how long is the pre before the full usually? Do you know? Is that I don't even know. I feel like that feels like what is it? If we actually had like so we have schools where you like they try to like teach you sex ed stuff at a certain age kind of thing. At least, when I was a kid, the notion of that. So it almost like feels like that needs to be a thing for adults. Like where they like are setting you down again, like, okay, this other stuff is gonna be happening to you. Cause yeah, I feel like 7 years before, then like 50 years old, 40, 50. 50 is full. Okay. Okay. So is that described as like a slow parachute into it, or is it like no falling down a cliff deal? Because I wonder, or is it a situation where it's kind of different for other people? Well, it's like depends on your situation specifically. Because yet again, like I could see like obviously that stuff would come up more so in like family dynamics. Maybe when you're growing up, depending on the family, obviously, to pre-educate some of that stuff, especially if like the notion of where you would have mom go through it, but I don't know if I was around when my mom would have gone through that. Not sure. I would assume so. Yeah, that's weird. I'd have to go and do some math there. I've had to have been. I'd had to have been. Had to have been. It says. Well, yes. Good luck with that change. I don't know if there's what is it? Any like what do you call it? Like external stuff? Because I don't know if I've ever really in my head heard like the notion of like, well, maybe. Like, is there like medicine stuff that deals with any of that stuff? I want to say I remember hear that, but I may just be confusing. Like, no, they're just talking about no, you can't use this drug when you're if you're before or after kind of things with that or in kind of an idea. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely a blind spot for me, for sure. It's a gamble? Okay. Because I don't know if it's like a common thing, like, because like I would say like nowadays like birth control in general is a semi more common thing nowadays, but I'm not sure if they have tried to do run on the back end. I would assume they would try to be doing symptom management with stuff, but yeah, and I would assume that there had to been like old school stuff back in the day. Like more herbal, or what is it? Why can't I think of this word? Yeah, I can't think of what it is when you're dealing with like the kind of root of where drugs came from. I have the word path in my head. And some vague sound of a suffix. Homeopathy, maybe, is what I'm thinking of.
It seems we meet again.
Right, I could see that. I can see it being a blind spot for, especially if there's not like a, because I'm not sure how much research is dedicated to something like that at all, too. So it might be just a pat on the back and good luck kind of a thing. At least that's kind of the vibe I'm currently getting.
Thanks for coming to visit us. Review. You found us a new furry friend? Much of. We wouldn't still be here carrying on our work without your help. But simply saying thanks isn't enough. Oh, we've upped your allocation of materials again.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Yeah, I know, like, what is it? And I'm not sure, like, the full validity of it, because I know, like, there's some group of science that has the notion that the idea that women have, what is it? They're more disagreeable, I think is the terminology that they use. The notion and how they what is it called? They define that is they're more aware of their surroundings and more irritated by their surroundings, due to the notion that they need that ability to know when it's unsafe for a child, is how they suss it out or suggest it to be. But I don't know how 100% that is, or if that's just someone's theory on it. But if the notion of the ability to have kids equals that you're more likely to have a spidey sense that sucks, just it sounds like shit. if that's true. I don't know if you that tracks with your experience at all, but it's like wow, okay, a spidey sense that hurts or is uncomfortable or whatever kind of thing. That statement, I don't know how that's supposed to actually be experienced through the nervous system. If it's like cycles back to some of the old school stuff with like anxiety or like some of the old stuff that they like would just say that women had, because there was like a lot of the what is it, the asylum stuff and stuff. There was just like they used a couple of buzzwords to just say, oh, you're just having this problem, and not actually trying to do an actual diagnosis kind of thing. And I can't remember what that old term was. You might be familiar with it. Hysterical, yeah, hysteria, yes, hysteria, yes, yeah, that's exactly it, hysteria, yeah. Yep. Sweeping on the rug, you're just being hysterical. But if that statement I was saying earlier, if that's connected to it, it's like, no, they're not. They're picking up on the current situation around them is fucked, and their spidey sense is going off, and maybe the problem is that they're not picking up exactly what it is that's causing the problem, kind of thing. And instead of like giving them Valium or putting them in a loony bin kind of things, which is, not helpful, actually finding out what the thing is, doing more, psychological evaluation of their, living situation, because that could have been fucked, or the world at the time could have been fucked too, because I'm not sure exactly comparative, because some of my history stuff is fucked where, like, when a lot of things happened at the same time, especially when it's like happening in other countries also. But the notion of like some of that stuff hitting around like I could see if any of that stuff was happening, like the Great Depression, like that would be one thing, or during wartime would be another thing, depending on, other things affecting that, if it would affect it. Because if there was that response to, if there was a fucked up spider sense response to your world not being balanced, then yeah, you could, that would not be good. If that's true. Yes, yeah. It's how I look at it is the world always has the part of it that says it's fucked, and it's demanding that it is going to be fucked. It's where it's just, I don't know. It's and some. There's always also something being hyperbolic, is I think where I'm mainly saying is where it's like it's being extra. The world need to stop, simmer down a little bit. Simmer down now with its extraness. Oh, that's cute. What does this do?
design of this accessory is based on a quokka. Attach it to your backpack and you'll have an easier time getting close to animals before they get scared and bolt. It's a personal favorite of everyone here. I hope it'll help you to support our conservation efforts. Visit us again. You're always welcome, Sam.
Cool. I wonder if I can do that with this, or if I have to choose. We will find out. Okay, we'll do this, and then save. Let's see here. Where are we at? Fabric. Backpack. Backpack custom. Please! Yes! Alright. Alright. Where are we at with these guys? Are these guys done? No, they're not. Okay. Well, let's do that real quick too. Australia is screwy. The critters they have out there in the wild. Yes, yeah. That's an interesting spot for animals for sure. Let's see here. What am I trying to do? This, yes. Smoker. Okay, cool. Teenager. Is there these? Are you talking about the ones that are like the size of a person's hand, kind of ones? Or are you talking about something else? Because I don't know what the largest spider is. I want to say there's some that are like the core of the spider is like a hand size. I want to say, but the legs are like crazy long beyond that, like more like a spider umbrella. But I don't think that's something that's in Australia in my brain. I want to say that's like a thing that's in like a rainforest or something like that, or jungle. Okay. Trust cargo facility. Share cargo with others. No. Okay. Cage. Did that already. And okay. Alright. Save. We can end here. This here we were saying fuck spiders. Okay, no, that's not it. Look. Okay, so you're definitely talking about an Aussie one. How actually big is the one that you're talking about? Okay, did I just say? I will do another one because I'm not sure. Yes, okay, we're good. System. PS5 size? Jeez. Okay. Do you have a fuzzy notion of the name of these? Not as thick, okay. I used to be obsessed about this stuff when I was a kid. Loved books about spiders, scorpions, snakes, sharks, badgers. Okay, I can easily probably look up big Australian spider. Big Australian spider. Huntsman spider, maybe? That looks smaller than you described, but if the legs are included, yes, then that might be a PS5. That's it? Okay. Whoa. That one has a rat in its mouth. Holy fuck. Let's look at that. Let's see here. Notes. Yes, notes. What are we looking at? Day. But, yeah, that's crazy. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, TJ. Let's see here. What is my synopsis of this stuff? I just did, I ran around, did some LLing, and did a lot of, lost cargo for people. Let's see here. Enjoy your smut and what is it? Anime. Let's see here. Cool. So this was part 27 of our Death Stranding 2 streams. I'm ASHLER, this was Stealth Artisan Live, and as always, as we return to the shadows, let us praise the moments we share. Till next time.